Welcome to another episode of Every Day is Friday. I'm your host, Coach Jay Fry, and it is here where we bring you the feelings, the energy, the vibes that Friday brings, and we bring it to you regardless of the day. Today's Thursday. Today's episode is based on a quote that our man, Mike Vernassi, gave us. And we're going to give it to you right here. Sometimes things go wrong for all the right reasons. Trust the process. That's a whole lot easier said than done. You see, things go wrong, and in the moment, it doesn't feel good. In the moment, it hurts, it's gut-wrenching, but it's something that has to be done in order for us to grow and reach the capacity, reach the capability, reach the potential that is ours. We've got to go through it. We've got to go through it in order to grow through it. So let's think about this. Close your eyes. Sometimes things go wrong for all the right reasons. Trust the process. How many times have we had plans collapse, people quit, all things like an idea, a dream, a job, a deal falls through? But what if the setback was just a setup? What if the setback was required for you to learn what you needed to learn? In this episode, we're going to talk about how that friction point shapes ourselves as leaders. How the process, while rarely perfect, actually almost never perfect, is rarely pointless. So even though we're going to have these mistakes, even though we're going to have all these things go down, go wrong, it's not pointless. This process is indeed crucial to our performance. I want to give you a real life story, okay? This is something that happened to me as a leader. I launched a workshop, a leadership training, and it flopped. And by flopped, I mean nobody showed up. I showed up. So I practiced and I repped and I marketed and I did it. And the next time, only a couple people showed up. But let me tell you, these couple people, because I repped, because I practiced, these couple people that showed up, while I was extremely embarrassed because, only a couple people showed up. But those couple people that did show up ended up changing everything because I had conversations and I had feedback and I had the ability to get their perspective on verbiage. Guess what? They became clients, they became partners, and they became long-term allies for me in my growth. In coaching, it takes those types of moments. It takes this idea that failure is going to happen, except failure isn't a bad thing. We like to call it failure is filtration. Why? Because it filters out what we didn't do correctly and what we can move forward. Okay, imagine a filter, an actual water filter. So the water filter, you pour all this water in, and what's it do? It kind of weeds out some of the minerals that shouldn't be in the water to begin with. It gets rid of those, and then it's only giving us the good stuff. Well, that's what failure does. Failure is filtration. What failure can do, should you let it, mind you, should you let it, failure has the ability to teach us many, many lessons that success won't. See, sometimes success hides it. Success will tell you, oh, hey, nothing's wrong, when something is. And so what failure is able to give us is it's able to give us an idea, a snapshot of things that didn't go wrong. And that's what we want. We want filtration. We want things that don't fit so that the correct things can be spaced in, can be put into those spots. So remember that the process, staying true to the process, even though you fail, stay true to the process, because if you do it and you stay true, it doesn't break you, it builds you. Filtration allows the right things to stay so that you can constantly progress and get better. That's the goal. Failure is filtration. The second piece I want to give you is a couple insights and some meaning behind this. So first things first, we're going to talk about the path rarely matches the plan. Okay? The path rarely matches the plan. How many times as coaches, how many times as leaders where you set out to, hey, this is what's going to happen, and that happened. Way far off the plan, right? Mike Tyson says no plan works, or every plan is great until you get punched in the face, right? So same exact methodology here. The path doesn't match the plan because guess what? It's going to change. But here's the deal. When you stay true to the process, the foundation has the ability to hold. If you know you put the correct reps in, if you know you built your foundation, then yes, some things may break down, but your foundation stays strong. Jesus said, if you plant your house on the stone, then the house can stand versus sand, versus straw, right? 3 little pigs. So our focus needs to be on having certainty that what our process is doing is building us up based on the foundation that we put forth. Next piece. Our failure forces clarity. Failure forces clarity. Why? Because when things go wrong, you actually learn what matters and who you are as a leader, who you are as a person. You see, oftentimes something gets hit. We get hit with failure. We get hit with this opposition where they, like last night, they get Boston Celtics get punched in the mouth by the Knicks in game 2, right? That teaches us a lot on how we bounce back. You know, if you were any other team, what would you do? You'd fold. Man, they came back. And just like game 1, so now this idea that it's set in stone into our mind that because we get down, don't worry, it's not going to happen. You know, we're up 20 and then they start making a comeback. Now we're not good enough. Well, that's not true. What failure forces is the clarity of us learning our lesson to know what we shouldn't be doing again. And that's where that reflection piece will come into play. That's where this idea of using that dope journal to learn from your mistakes is super crucial so that you can do what? We can filter the failure. We can filter it out. What worked, what didn't work. We can use our after-action reviews to be able to decide, hey, look, man, that just wasn't executed right. That would have worked if we would have been sharper on our execution, if we would have been better at a skill. So now we know what areas to sharpen as a result of the failure, as a result of the filtration. It gives us clarity. The third and final piece right here on this is that trust invites peace. You see, it's one of those things like if you know you followed through to the process, you stay true to your foundation, you stay true to the process, you gave it your all, you followed your purpose, and you failed, you can have steadiness. You can have this peace because guess what? You did everything you could. There are certain circumstances where things are out of your control. If you did control the things that you could do, your response, if you did control your homework, your prep work, if you did control your sleep, your nutrition, if you did control your fitness levels, if you controlled these things and something outside of that beat you, great. That's more filtration. That's more stuff for us to be able to build upon. Now I know next time to be ready for this. It invites peace. There might be purpose in the pain. Just like we said earlier, we're going to have to go through something really, really hard. But there's purpose inside of that pain. And there's a reason it is. So if we can constantly focus on the process, constantly focus on building this up, trusting the process, understanding that we've got to fail in order to succeed, and it can't be the other way around. We can use the pain so that it multiplies the purpose. Many of our best breakthroughs, breakdowns, occurred because of the breakdown. Many of our breakthroughs, many of our successes, when you look at all your greatest successes, they were as a result of the breakdowns that occurred before. How cool is that? So right now, if you're going through it, if you're going through something really, really difficult, we've got our company called Do Hard Shit. When you're going through the hard shit, understand, please, that this hard series in your life is set up so that you can have a breakthrough. And then not just that, it's set up so that when you go through the breakthrough, you have the process, you have the foundation, you have all the steps that help others lead to breakthrough when they're going through it. Everybody's going through something hard. So this is our chance to go through the hard, create the breakthrough. Here we're going to look at now actionable tools. So here's some tactics, here's some takeaways I want you to be able to use today, tomorrow. Something that we can immediately start practicing so that we are better and better every single day. Like I said, that 18 minutes of skill development gives us a chance to be greater than 95% of the people that we go against. I want you to name your friction point. Name it, put it down. Because when you put a name to it, when you put a name to the thought, the emotion that actually occurs, you have the ability to recognize it better and respond to it. So don't run from the friction. Run to it. Reflect on it. So in our dope journal that we've got, mine's right here. In your dope journal that you've got, right here, write about it so that you can get some awareness, so that you can automatically understand that, hey man, I've got to create something so that I can have an attachment to it when it comes. When something bad happens, when a thought and emotion occurs, I've got to be prepared with it. So I need to reflect with it. Think about the friction point, the hard stuff that's happening in your life, and what is shaping you. How might this hard thing be shaping you? I want you to use these 3-tier. So it's a 3-question process. So we're going to filter our failures, right? So 3-question filtration piece right here. Number 1, what is this trying to teach me? Oftentimes our coaches are really, really hard on us as athletes. Our mentors are really hard on us. Our leaders, our management is really hard on us. Why? Because they see the greatness that's inside of you. So if you have somebody really hard on you, don't think it's because they don't like you. Know that it's because they see what greatness and potential you have so that you can move and be your best. So they're really hard on you. So what is this trying to teach me? What are they trying to teach me instead of me getting upset? Instead of me allowing my emotions to fester up? What is it trying to teach me? The next piece, the next part of the question filter. What's the opportunity I didn't expect? So use your journal and write it down. Figure out what the next opportunity that you didn't expect, what could that be? It might even be a new business idea. It might be a new relationship at which I need to make stronger. Maybe I need to repent with a relationship in order to get it back on track. Maybe it's a process. Maybe it's a sales process that I need to improve on so that I can do a better job of selling my thing. Where's the opportunity that I might not have expected? Question number 3, how can I lead better because of the hard? How can I lead better because of this hard experience, this big challenge in my life? How can I lead better? What is it trying to teach me? What's the opportunity that I didn't expect? And number 3, how can I lead better because of this? Use that. That's your journal. Now, what I want you to do here now is build trust with your team. How can I shape the process and not just results? So what I want you to do is let your teammates know how you think, how you adapt, and how you recover. If you can show them how this is, then you can be better because now they see it. They can hold you to a standard. They can let you know, hey, this is what I see. Sometimes it helps. Other times you just needed them to see it so that you could get better perspective, so that you can let it go and they could see what your best looked like. So build trust with your team by sharing this process. One thing I want you to do here, now we've got 2 more things that I need you to rep. I need you to practice. Here's your journal prompt. What setback have I been resisting instead of learning from? It's a really tough question. Right now, I've been resisting something in my life. But instead of resisting, how could I be open and learn from it? Last one, where is your biggest friction point right now? And what could it be doing? What could it be trying to produce inside of us? So what can we use? What failures? What is it producing inside of me so that I can, help somebody else out so I can be better able to handle harder loads, tougher loads, stronger loads? That's the goal. Sometimes things go wrong for all the right reasons. Trust the process. I want you to know that progress is never easy. It's not glamorous. It's not fun. Usually it's found in those unseen hours, like my man Drew Hanlon says. But it's working. Stay true to the process. Keep showing up. Keep learning. Keep leading. Keep fighting. Keep doing your best. Keep doing the hard stuff. I want to thank you for listening. I also want to give a shout out right here to Decked Out Factory. They are an amazing company, and if you need koozies, clothes, gear, wraps on your truck, use them. They are hands down the best and the greatest service. Right now, I've got to go. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing Friday. And remember, every day is Friday. God bless. Ugh.